Hi, my name is Dion Ward, Kiwi expat living in Japan. I'm also a self-realization guide, so if that's your cup of tea, feel free to look me up. Wonder if you've heard the idea of unlearning. Have you ever heard the idea of unlearn everything that you've ever learned? And find freedom. So what it refers to is, it may sound a little bit ridiculous if you're not familiar with the term, but I'll attempt to explain it according to my ability. Well, first of all, unlearning, you can't actually unlearn anything. If you've learned it, you've learned how to operate as a human, you've learned how to move your hand to your mouth to put food in your mouth, you've learned how to calculate. It doesn't mean that you forget how to do these things. It's more about letting go. Letting go of your perspectives, letting go of your preconceptions, perspectives, beliefs, the stories about you, yourself, people around you, the world, and your relationship to it. And taking your hands off the wheel, not white knuckling it anymore, relinquishing control, and responding to the world in the moment. Means you're not rehearsing anything, and when situations arise, when events unroll, when you're having experiences, you respond in the moment. You don't need to rehearse. You don't need to strategize or manipulate. You just respond in the moment. The relinquishing of control, you can call it unlearning if you like. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. There may be a better way to say it. But it's a commonly used term in these kind of circles. Unlearning. It's beautiful here today, as always. It's windy though. We have it. This is the moat. You'll see some fish down there. I'm not sure if you can. Some carp. Coming through here. And down along there. That's where I'm heading now. This is practically the same route I walk 3 or 4 times every week, and I never get sick of it. It's just the best. When you strategize and manipulate, you're trying to get an outcome that matches your ideals, your ideal of what should be. You know the old Rolling Stones song, you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. It's true. If you're willing to take a little leap of faith and just presume, take a chance, let's just say, let me try it, let me see how this works. And accept with open arms any uncomfortable situations, any positive situations, whatever the world brings to you, in its own way, in its own time, work on the assumption that it's positive. Just start with blind belief, and then you'll find at some point you don't need belief anymore. It just requires that you take a chance, a little leap of faith. And the faith will grow through experience. Because those uncomfortable times that you encounter, the discomfort, the pain, the feelings you don't want, the situations you don't want, are all opportunities. If you can sit quietly with them and relax your body as best as you're able and feel them, as unpleasant as that sounds, and there's going to be probably massive resistance to doing that. You'd rather just be rid of them. But they are weights that you carry. These are interpretations of the world based on stories, projections of value and worth that aren't true. Most definitely not true. And it just takes a little bit of willingness and availability to life for you to see that it is so. You just take a chance. If you spend time with these uncomfortable feelings, or these painful feelings, the discomfort, the stories, you'll find that at the heart of them, they're actually nothing at all. They're just shadows. They actually don't have any power over you. It's the fear of them, the resistance to them, that gives them the power. If you take the time if you have the willingness to take a chance, let go, move without presumption, without expectation, without preconception, without projection, without interpretation, be empty. Sometimes you see a toddler crawling around or walking around kind of wide-eyed and fascinated. I mean, they are locked in because everything's new and everything's alive and everything's fresh and good and beautiful and fascinating and mysterious, and they want to explore it all. But so many people nowadays, maybe forever, walk through the world numb and dull and oblivious to the beauty around them, because all they're seeing is concepts and stories and interpretations based on their limited ideas of what the world is and their place in it, their interpretations. Just unlearning means stand naked, not literally naked obviously, unless you got somewhere private, which could be quite nice, but stand emotionally naked, psychologically naked. Stand up, move, and allow life to bring you what it wants to bring you, what it is bringing you, and accept that, and know that it won't last, whatever it is, good or bad. Everything's always in a state of flux, but are you available for it? If you're available and you're willing to turn your consciousness towards it, your attention towards it, and rest with it and allow it to be, it'll transform. It will be liberated. That energy will be liberated or transformed to a higher energy. And in doing so, you're liberated from it. It's easy to say this, uncomfortable to do. Sometimes the resistance is quite a lot, but you only need to take baby steps. You only need to resolve in your heart that that's something that you want to do and that's what you're going to do. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be 100% successful or even 10% successful or 5% successful. But if you poke little holes in the darkness and the light comes through, eventually it's the beginning of the end for that darkness. This is, I don't know if you've heard this notion before, it may sound like a cliche, but it's true. You can have freedom. You can have it. You just have to be available for situations that don't meet your expectations or your ideals of how you want to feel. What if those uncomfortable times are actually the greatest opportunities you've ever had, and you're throwing them away and running away from them because they don't feel how you want them to feel? These are the greatest opportunities you've ever had. I think that's all. Unlearn. Thanks. Have a great day. Any questions, comments, requests, and so on, feel free to contact me below. And have a great day. See ya.